Good day everyone and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile. And at the beginning of the week, GGG announced that there would be an interview between game designers Octavian and Andrew joining Zizaran to discuss Path of Exile. Of course, Zizaran being the top streamer for PoE, I guess PoE2 as well, maybe, definitely PoE1. Still, for those of you who caught it live, the VOD is probably available on Twitch, but there is also a YouTube video, which we'll see in a bit. Anyway, GGG also announced or pre-announced a patch that will come for the league, and this is not all about the league. There's also Abyss improvements, Legion improvements, Wildwood improvements, and something else, as well as a very interesting improvement to the league itself with Cursed Ducats, where basically there are 6 different types of Cursed Ducats, and you can add them to your charts and voyages, and they act to them the same way Void Stones act to the Atlas. And that is an interesting way to actually boost the difficulty and the drops of the current league mechanics, which honestly feels good enough as it is. So these definitely improve your gameplay, improve your fun, although they also do bring some downsides. So you will have to choose the Ducats correct for your build, and since there are 6 of them and only 3 slots that you can use, that means you are able to choose whichever one works best for you. That's definitely a nice improvement to a league, and one that was unexpected, unless they already had it in the makings. But anyway, the day after, the patch actually landed, and as you can see, it's much longer than the small snippet that we got there. And there's a lot of league fixes and improvements, as you can see here. You can give it a read if you're interacting a lot with the league mechanics. And then there's quite a few of general improvements, which are always nice, and a lot of bug fixes as well, which seems to be endless, even though we should be getting into the 3rd, I think, week for this league, and the majority of things should be fixed by now. Honestly, I'm expecting GGG to be already working on the next one, so it's also pretty surprising that they are still doing patches for this current league. And we finally got the actual interview between Ziz and Andrew and Octavian, and this is doubly interesting. First up, because it's GGG devs, and that's always interesting, but there's also the fact that it's probably the first, or maybe one of the first interviews where neither Mark nor Jonathan nor Chris are on the screen. And that is really cool, because we are seeing an interview with the next generation of designer for the game. So yeah, that's absolutely interesting just for that. It's about an hour and a half long, so if you're playing mindlessly, this is definitely something you should put in the background. And there's also been quite a few controversies about this interview, but I urge you to listen to it before reading the comments. And just to touch briefly PoE2, the first race for the Exile qualifiers has happened, and you can find the VOD on the Twitch channel that you can click here, or there's probably going to be a YouTube video about it as well. Maybe that's going to be a little bit cut, because the VODs, I mean, they are kind of long, but if you're interested in racing and PoE2, this is absolutely a video you should watch, because this is the pinnacle of PoE2 racing. But yeah, I guess that was all for this week, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all. I've been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.